Good evening to all of you. Thank you for allowing me some time to share some remarks with you. And I want to thank you, Megan, for your remarks earlier in the meeting. Thank you so much. And just put it all out there the way it has been and the way that some people don't understand the history of our birthplace there, the lands that we've survived on, thrived on in these last 100 years. And we always say that we've been here since time immemorial. And it's kind of hard for some people to believe that, especially some of the newcomers that come to this area. But I know those of you that have been here for a long time really cherish the land, such as Raul Ramirez and Ms. Josefina Cardenas, and all of the people that live in the local neighborhoods here. Our council does support this effort with the Urban Wildlife Refuge, and we're very pleased with that because we ourselves are also wanting to preserve and protect what we have left of this vast area that we used to occupy. At least for our community in San Cruz District, we only have 72,000 acres. The main Tohono O'odham Nation comprises of 2.7 million acres, but still it's small compared to, our ancestral lands extended all the way to the Gulf of California and to gather salt. And so we know this land very much. We are part of this land, and we know where the water holes are to make that journey to the Gulf of California. And so for this area, our ancestors lived here. And then as time went on, the newcomers that came, we kind of got pushed out. But, as O'odham, we're always very hospitable. And we know that when the Spaniards came, we were hospitable to them. We fed them the tepary beans, corn, squash. And they really didn't bother us only because they were looking for gold, which we didn't have and know what they were talking about. So they moved on. But thereafter, it just kept coming. And so things eventually changed. So it has been our nature to be hospitable, to be kind to each other, simply for survival. And so that kindness extended to Mother Earth, the sacred water, plant life, the animal life. So I'm very grateful to my ancestors for surviving and having that kind of mindset so that we could be here today still on a portion of our ancestral lands. And then we continue to pray that our future generations will continue to have a place called home, this home, their home. So I thank all of you that support this Urban Wildlife Refuge, support the Sonoran Desert environment, and also want the same thing for yourselves and your children that have moved here. And so I know that we need to work together and support each other. So I commend TBOSC for all the efforts that you've made thus far. It is really remarkable. So that's all the remarks that I'd like to make at this point. Logan, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Excellent.